What's up, you guys? It's Matt here. So for Terra Luna Classic, people are making the comparison this morning with SHIB and saying that Shiba Inu or Lunic will be basically what SHIB is, where Shiba Inu has gone 2 years and has done nothing but decrease, has not seen any type of um, solid movement in a while, is losing support from a lot of investors or holders, and people are selling some of their position, still holding on to majority of it, but selling some of it because they just don't believe in where it's at. Um, and I totally understand where people are coming from, kind of comparing it to SHIB, because you can compare it to SHIB. The way that we're moving when it comes to utility, when it comes to focusing on businesses, I think is more in line with where SHIB is. But the only thing is that there is a true difference as to where SHIB is and where Lunic is. I don't think it will end up like SHIB. I think SHIB will have some success, but it all depends on what the ecosystem devs end up doing. For Lunic, the community decides a lot of it, and we'll explain exactly what we can talk about there and what we plan to do with Terra Luna Classic and why it's a little bit different. I think a lot different than Shiba Inu. So guys, if you could make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I think this is my third video on Shiba Inu today, but I do appreciate you guys watching. I do appreciate you guys staying with the conversation. If you guys want to check out any of my other channels, the links are down below. I have a video that I'm going to post, or I already posted on BNB today. So if you want to check that out, the link for the NFA channel should be in the description, or you can go to my channel and see all associated channels and you'll get that. Also, if you guys want to follow me on Twitter at PerryAK, you can follow me there. Don't forget about the links in the description. It does help out the channel quite a bit. And if you guys want to follow me on Instagram and any other social media platform, you can definitely check that out there. I feel like I double taked on a lot of that. Anyways, kind of spaced out. Anyways, let's talk about Terra Luna Classic. Let's talk about Shiba Inu. Now, if you compare the two, you can say that yes, both of them are at lower prices. Both of them have trillions of supply. They're similar in a way. Lunic has a lot less supply, has a lot less of a market cap right now. Shiba Inu has a lot more of a market cap, has more investors into the position, just people that have supported it for a longer period of time. Lunic really only has a half a year under its belt with this decreased price and increased supply. And Shiba Inu really has 2 years. So that's why they're saying that Lunic is really going to end up like Shiba Inu, where we're going to see a lower price and lack of support for it because of all the things that are transpiring, where people are kind of saying, hey, we need to prioritize burns, but no one's prioritizing burns. Now, the things that are similar, in my opinion, the way we're headed, right, with the utility side of things. So for Shiba Inu, nothing in the ecosystem ties back to SHIB, but they're trying to create utility within the ecosystem to build on the overall ecosystem that says they're going to support SHIB, but they don't actually support SHIB. Now, they create all these businesses, create all these utilities, and prioritize utility, which may not be the right thing to do, but for Shiba Inu, it kind of has to be. For Lunic, we're also doing that, where we're trying to prioritize utility by, reestablishing IBC, understanding that DApps that we'll create, we change the burn tax so that DApps that can create still see a burn tax within transactions, but just not as much of a burn tax. But when we look at the difference between the two, when we look at Shiba Inu for utility and burns, the utility has to be built because of the burns, because we can't change the contract, right? Contract's not accessible to me and you. There's no governance voting, and when there is, it's on bone and whatever the hell they want us to vote on there, not on any major decision. For Lunic, we have the ability to use the burn tax within each transaction on chain because it is a coin, not a token, right? And even if it was a token, you could still do that via the contract and, change, that tax that comes out via decentralized exchanges easily if you wanted to. However, you don't have access to Shiba Inus, but you do have access to Lunix. So every time we make that change, it has to go through a vote in order to make that change. Not one person decides it, the whole community really decides it. So that's another sort of difference between the two, is that you have governance on Lunic, a lot of governance to where the community decides what's going to happen versus an ecosystem dev team that decide what's going to be launched within the ecosystem, what new business is going to be associated with it. So those two things are kind of separate. They're kind of different in a way that really sets Lunic apart from what Shiba Inu is. Now, yes, we are probably a year and a half out from seeing the outcome of what Lunic will be, because if we're looking at Lunic compared to SHIB, we have to see a 2-year mark, because SHIB is on that 2-year mark of, gaining a lot of popularity and getting to this point where we currently stand. But we'll be able to see where Lunic ends up being. But it seems like where we're headed right now, it seems like we're trying to reset, where the community is saying, hey, we need to trust only the community members and only maybe a select group of people that we select, not that they, apply and do whatever they wanted to do and then make themselves known as like the leaders of this community or ecosystem. We're selecting them, like with that proposal to select Edward Kim as really the leader of Terra Luna Classic, to make all of those end decisions a little bit, even though we would still have the governance side of things. We want to be able to have that leader or that group of leaders within there to make those decisions, but not someone that was appointed there from the beginning. We need to appoint them. And that's where we stand. So I don't think Lunic is the same. I don't think Shiba Inu and Lunic are exactly the same. I think what we're seeing is a comparison of people that care about burns, and the fact that we're seeing utility kind of take the forefront. But it's not actually doing anything, because the utility in Shiba Inu not doing anything, and there's no utility for the actual token, Shiba Inu token, but the ecosystem there is. And for Lunic, we actually have a little bit of utility when it comes to gaming, metaverses, NFTs, things like that. But we're not seeing as much that's being burned. Percentage wise, we're burning a lot more in Terra Luna Classic versus what we have in Shiba Inu, because I think we only burn like 60 or 70 billion in Shiba Inu, and we've already burned like 35 or 30 something billion coins for Terra Luna Classic. I think it's like 38 or something. Let me just refresh something here. Let me see, go to Lunic Penguins, and I'll be able to see how much we have burned. But basically, the percentage wise comparable, like we've burned so much more. It's 36 billion that we have burned. We burned so much more comparable to what we've burned with Shiba Inu. When you look at the percentage of the total amount versus how much we've burned, right? 60 or 70 billion versus the 600 trillion versus the 6 trillion in Lunic, and the 36 billion that we've burned is so much more than what we've burned in Shiba Inu. So anyways, Lunic will not end up like SHIB. Lunic will be its own thing. It will be big. I believe it will be big. And I think the community is the one that's making all these decisions to kind of turn it back to what it once was, as simple as it once was. And then hopefully we can build on all of that success and utility there. But anyways, guys, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I'm going to get out of here. If you want to follow me on Twitter, feel free to follow me on Twitter. Make sure you guys follow my Patreon too, if you guys are interested in that. I'm going to get out of here, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.